What's clear is that we've got 10% tariffs, and that's deeply damaging to the Scottish economy, and every effort has got to be made to avoid an additional barrier being put in place that will make it more difficult and more expensive for us to trade with the United States, which of course represents a very significant market for Scotland.
So you weren't pinning blame when you did that?
I simply am observing that the UK government should be having no relief at the fact that we've got 10% tariffs. We've got a significant obstacle that's been put in our way, and we've got to do everything we can to try to remove that without jeopardising the legitimate interests of Scotland and our business community.
Do you think Keir Starmer has the ability to get such a deal?
Well, we've got to see what transpires in the course of the negotiations, but I think what we've got to recognise, and nobody should be under any doubt whatsoever, this is a deeply damaging moment for the economy, and it will have an effect on jobs in Scotland, it will have an effect on our economic prospects, it will have an effect on our ability to generate the wealth that allows us to invest in our public services. So all of these implications are very significant for Scotland as a consequence of the announcement of the tariffs that was made yesterday.
The UK came out pretty lightly compared to other countries, and Keir Starmer has taken a different approach from other countries as well. He's been more reluctant to criticise Trump, and he's putting his hopes on this trade deal. Would you support, if a trade deal doesn't come and we don't see these tariffs away, retaliatory tariffs from the UK on goods from America?
There's obviously an option of taking retaliatory action, and that's got to be considered. Indeed, the United Kingdom government is consulting business about taking that very course of action that is being suggested. So there are various options that have got to be considered, which will include the ability to negotiate away these tariffs, and that obviously has to be the objective, because as a believer in free trade, I think it's better for all of us if we are able to engage in free trade activity across borders. But if there's no ability to do that, no ability to negotiate a deal which is in the interests of Scotland and the companies of Scotland, then we've got to be prepared to consider a range of options.
So we're speaking here today before you head off to New York for Tartan Week, which is effectively a trade mission for Scotland. So if it is a trade mission, why haven't you set up any meetings with any US government officials on your trip there?
The responsibility for negotiating trade deals between the United Kingdom and the United States rests with the UK government, and I'm not going to get in the road of those negotiations. It's their responsibility. They've got to fix it.